Honestly, I'm just sick of them not taking me serious.
Are you ready for it? Watch this. Can you feel it? Watch this. You've underestimated everything I've been through. I think you can't imagine all the things that I can do. I see you on the pedestal, you pull yourself upon to. I'm a wild animal here to devour you. Watch this. Are you ready for it? Watch this. Can you feel it? Watch this. Everything I've worked for is resting on this moment. Don't know what I love more, the fight or the focus. I'm always in the shadows, hardly know that I exist. Think you're the best, but get ready for the plot twist. Watch this. Are you ready for it? Watch this. Can you feel it? Watch this. Watch this. Keep your eyes on it. Watch this, watch this. Keep your eyes on it. Watch this, watch this. Watch this! Are you ready for it? Can you feel it? Watch this! Are you ready for it? Watch this! Can you feel it? Watch this! Are you ready for it? Watch this! Can you feel it? Watch this!
Yo, 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 what is up? Get your swing on, folks. Cheers, Bill. Cheers.
Let's go.
What's
Cheers,
up,
man.
Facebook? What's
Felt like
up,
I
YouTube?
haven't been here in a while, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Last week, man.
Yeah, me and BJ, Bill Jr., were in here getting after it.
Yeah, I know. I saw that, man. That's freaking awesome. You're setting up a little guy just in memory of me.
Yeah, I also cuddle with him most nights.
Yeah. I was laying in bed, man. I had a sore throat. Still not 100%, but we're okay. We're getting there, dude.
I'm 100%, y'all.
Are
All
you?
the time.
So, we need a couple topics to talk about. We have a couple to fall back on that we really want to discuss. But if you guys have a topic that you want to discuss, please type it in the chat because we will be doing a family feud. This is not a week where we have a major coming up or anything like that, so there won't be any picks, although we are going to go through PCB and make sure everybody that got in the top brackets gets their recognition that they should receive anyway.
Absolutely, folks. And PCB was a banger, man. And it's supposed to be Lubbock this weekend. I believe it got either shifted or canceled. We don't have any insight on that, guys. Don't ask me. We don't know.
I saw a post like 2 weeks ago about Lubbock being canceled, and a couple guys were a little angry at it and stuff like that. But yeah, it was.
It is what it is.
I think they may have moved it on a different date too, like on a different open weekend or something like that.
We know about nothing.
What up, Gavin Kirk? What up, DJ? How you doing, brother? Good to see you,
y'all.
man.
So if you got a topic, controversial topic, or just something you want to discuss,
Parker Burgett, what up? Sorry, I'm gonna cut Dylan off all day.
I do it to Bill all the time. So he owes me a couple, man. And but if you have something you want to discuss that revolves around cornhole, around the ACO, is mainly where our knowledge is at. So, but we will talk about anything that has to do with cornhole at any given time. Jack Harcrow's in the chat. He's probably got something in his mind.
Oh
stirred
yeah,
up.
Jack. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about something tonight on the Family Feud. We don't know what yet. So Jack, if you have something, you can even PM it to me, Jack. I know Jack likes to stay under the radar sometimes with what he's
because
what he says.
Yeah, he doesn't want to
like an
stir up the
anonymous
chat
poster.
right away, you know.
Yeah.
Or else he'll stir it up a little bit too early there.
Yeah.
What's
What up,
going
Dustin?
on, Dustin? How you doing, man?
All right, Bill. Let's get into the winner circle, man. I think we had 7 winners. I feel like we missed some,
There's
man.
8.
Is there
There's
8?
Yeah, but
I always
I
feel
think
like
we
we
missed
missed
some,
some. I don't know, guys. Keep sending in your pictures. We're gonna get them on there. I promise.
Yeah,
And,
we did miss the major.
We missed one person,
so, yeah.
but there's Scotty Ball right off the rip.
There he is,
Third
dude.
place singles man in a stacked bracket. Another regional that had a stacked bracket, which we'll talk about in PCB, where one was a little heavier than the other, you know,
Yeah.
and that's going to happen, especially early
Yeah,
in the
we saw
season,
that,
folks.
yeah.
It's going to happen here in this first half of the season quite a bit. Pretty much once we get done with, I would say at this point, Clarksville, because that's in February. Rankings and seedings will be fairly true to
Right.
where you should be. Most your players that are searching for their pro status are going to have their 4 majors in by that point, along with close to, if not exceeding 8 regionals. So the points will ring more true as we move closer. But like I said, Owensboro, Knoxville, Clarksville, all within 5 weeks of each other, 6 weeks of each other. So that's points are going to shift heavily in those weeks.
It's funny how you say people will start being seated where they should be and stuff like that. I bet you, I don't even have to look it up, Caleb Hurt's #1 right now.
He's not.
Really?
It's because of his regional points, Bill.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this guy's already got
Yeah.
4 major singles
Yeah.
wins.
I don't think he is. I mean, I'll look it up maybe, but I don't think so. What up, Dustin?
What up?
All right, who's next, Bill? Who we got in here? What's
All
up,
right.
Facebook? What's up, YouTube?
our man right there, Greg
man.
Scott,
That's
dude.
our bag rep, man, up in the Kentucky area. He's got the CBC carbons. He's got the CBC swing old shirt. He's got the CBC camo hat.
Yeah.
Look at him swagged out, looking good, throwing good. I love to see it, man. Greg Scott said he finally got off that 4th place hump. He said he's been on for a little while, so super happy for him, man.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I double clicked that one. There we go. Curtis Amos. I love it. They're throwing Predators, right?
Customs.
Yeah, custom Predators.
Yeah. The Preds are starting to hit the map a little more, Bill.
Yeah.
And guys, they're an underrated bag of 5'8", herringbone carpet, very hole friendly, flat disc fill mix, the CBC Elite Fill, 8 fast side. If you like a Fallout X, if you like a Sorcerer, a very good bag to go to.
Yeah.
I really like that bag a lot.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. One night you switched to that bag and threw like, I don't know, an 11-something PPR over, I don't know, maybe
Like
10,
game,
12 rounds
yeah.
or something. Yeah, but it was a lot of rounds. You know what I mean? And you're just like, I love this bag.
Yeah, I do. I
So,
really do. I like
yeah.
all of our bags, but some I throw better than others.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Morning from UK. Oh, my gosh. There's UK.
What up, Daniel?
Let's
what up?
go.
Hoppin' Jans is on his cruise right now watching CBC. That's what I'm talking about. Dedicated Hop. I
Carnival
appreciate
Cruise.
you.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. I love cruises, man. I hope you have a freaking great time. It is your birthday a day or two ago, right? I think
it's
that's
his
what
birthday.
saw.
I think
Yeah.
it was their anniversary. There's a lot going on with the hops.
Happy birthday, man. All right, let's go on to the next one here, man. I keep double clicking there.
Larry Dunklin, man.
Yeah,
up
Larry
there. I think he took
Dunklin.
a first in a seniors regional up in the Kentucky area, I believe.
Yeah.
But, I mean, new CBC thrower, I believe. We aren't super familiar with him. Haven't met him yet, but I can't wait to shake his hand. It looks like he's throwing CBC Surges there. My original go-to bag, the CBC Surge.
Oh, yeah.
And a great bag as well, man.
It's a great freaking bag. Yeah, that's what my wife throws too, right? Is the Surges. So every once in a while when we play co-ed and stuff, we always use her bags. I throw Surges all the time. Though that's a bag I can still control. I mean, I like carpet bags a little bit better because I like super slow. But these, 4-8, the humidity, if it is humid, I like them even more.
Yeah.
Me personally.
Yeah, usually the players who throw them on the slow side a lot wouldn't love the humidity for them because it does slow down that material more than you'll see out of, like a herringbone or a hybrid carpet. But it's a great bag. You could throw it in all conditions. The 8 side is easy to collect.
Yeah.
Really good bag there, man. Happy for Larry. Tori, man, my man on the right, Tori Benight, he's throwing in a TCL tournament. He's wearing the CBC shirt. I don't know if he was allowed to throw CBC bags, but he has a couple sets, man, and he's just a big big supporter, and he's one of my best friends, man. And he sent me this. He goes, "I hope I make the stream." I'm like,
That's the Backsides Open shirt.
Yeah,
too,
he's like the only one that has one of those shirts.
He's the
Something
only one.
we didn't really produce and haven't produced yet, but could be coming. We never know, folks. We've always got something moving.
I like the style that's on his in the black and stuff.
Yeah,
It looks good.
Yeah,
it looks
does
real
look good. But he took first place, man.
Congrats, big dog.
Look at that. Who's that, Bill?
Dude,
Look
why
at
am
you
I
go.
always on here?
Look at
It's
Bill's
crazy,
beard, folks.
man.
Look at that. The beard color matches the shirt.
We were throwing, those are actually carbons with the Elixir graphic on them.
Yeah.
Jared Simpson purchased those. He said, I love the Elixir graphic. Make me a carbon with it. So, boom, we made it. Just won a tournament with it.
And shout out Jared Simpson.
He got all his money back. You're welcome, brother.
Yeah. Shout out Jared. Man, Jared's been throwing gas, man.
Yeah,
Jared
he
and
is.
his wife, Kim,
He is.
they play a lot of cornhole. They're new to our area. I'd say, 6 months, 8 months, something like that. And they've been getting progressively better, and we just love to see something like that, man. But Jared and Bill take it down. That was Monday, Bill?
I believe that was Monday.
Last Friday? I don't know.
Monday or last Friday? No, it was last Friday.
It was
Definitely
last Friday. Second and drinking.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
What up, Nick Burgett? What's up, brother?
All right, let's see the next one here. Dude, Cannon, Hatcher, Scotty Ball.
Yeah, CBC Impacts. I am not surprised that Cannon likes the Impacts. I mean, those are obviously Scotty's customs right there. The FF4s, the Faith Family
Does he like them? I don't
baggers.
even know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He send it.
Yeah. Tyler Goodwin's in the chat. Tyler won a regional last night, Bill, but I didn't have a picture to post. Just a quick shout out. We'll get you on next week, Tyler. His
we
fourth
got you, big
regional
dog.
win, though. He's throwing the CBC Vectors, man, and he's got a custom set of Vectors on the way. So
we shipped them yesterday.
Yeah,
So
and they are slick, man. Tyler Goodwin, guys, if you guys run into Amish, check out his custom bag collection because Amish's custom CBC bags are some of the slickest I've ever seen. What do we got there, Bill?
I don't know.
Hit
What
C
is it?
translation, but that is most likely.
Excuse the way I communicate with you.
Oh, she's got throat cancer, Bill. It looks like it's not real at all.
Oh man, don't
That's
you
okay.
love that?
Yeah.
I don't know how to.
That's how popular we are, guys. We get spam now. We get spam.
Yeah, we. Oh man, and last but not least here, who do we got? Austin Bigford.
Austin Bigford, man. Dover Cornhole. Shout out Dover Cornhole, guys. If you're close to the Dover, Tennessee area, hit up Dover Cornhole on Facebook. A new group. Me and Bill went up there last week. I think I took a fourth. Bill took a second, I believe.
I took first.
First, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where was
that's
that
right.
at, Bill? Was it on there last week?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
okay.
on. Oh,
Okay.
I mean, I was watching from the room.
And he picked up, looks like Stanley Hale there, right, Bill? We haven't seen
Yeah.
Stanley in a hot minute, but yeah, real good thrower in the Kirksey area. Love it.
Throwing the surges too. Look at that.
Yeah.
Another surge
CBC
player.
surge,
yeah.
man.
We're
We've
planning
been
on
selling
going
them.
up there on Monday also, right?
Yeah, to Dover. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a
Great
nice
spot,
little
man.
place there.
I think there were 20-something players there last time
Yeah,
we went.
20,
It was the first
24,
tournament he's
somewhere.
ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great showing
Yeah,
for
it was
him,
very
and
cool.
those guys were awesome.
We're definitely going up there to support those guys some more. I like Bigford. He actually messaged me to play, doubles with him and stuff like that up at Russell Tabor's. But man, I was sick last week. There was absolutely no way I was gonna go do that. So
What was I doing Wednesday, Bill? I had something. I think I had dinner with my family.
yeah, but then you had to stream also.
Oh, I did have to stream alone.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you went to the shop and you did it.
Yeah,
Amish
made
don't
it
have a
happen.
camera. The community doesn't like him playing cornhole after dark. Oh, come on, man.
Jackson, you're going hard, man. He's going hard as usual.
Jack Harcrow loves people who flop, cut, and roll. I bet he does.
Oh, yeah,
man.
he's a big fan. Jack's a big roll bagger, man. He's probably one of the best roll baggers in the game. You know, he throws a lot of slow bags, a lot of backload.
I believe you are completely lying about that.
Yeah, just a little sarcastic.
All right, let's hop into the point chart here real
All
quick.
right, CBC Family Picks. Bill might need to be quiet. All right, folks, let's go. Bill did a good job. He usually likes to talk during that section right there. All right, so CBC Family Picks, guys, if you're new here, most of y'all probably been on board a hot minute, but it's been happening for, right around a year, right about now, real close, where Bill and I decided to match up against each other, make picks for each division for the upcoming major. We get points for how well our picks do. This year we added Philip Barnett. some rules with that. Philip Barnett gets first pick because he does Tuesdays with the taco. Philip Barnett gets to pick whoever he wants as many times as he wants. Philip Barnett does whatever he feels like. All right, the Mississippi Ninja has all the advantages, but we love to have him on here, and we're excited to have him. He is the expert, so we are learning from him as we go, just trying to keep up. That's where we're at.
Trying to keep up. Yeah, it's tough. It is very tough. Because we can only pick what he picks one time throughout the entire pick. So, what up, David Penny Jones? Good to see you, big dog.
And Bill and I cannot match up with each other whatsoever.
Right.
So it gets a little scary. But Panama City wasn't one of those plenty of players to choose from. So it was fairly easy for us, I feel like, to make different picks throughout the divisions. How they pan out.
There was so a great thing, and I'm sorry about cutting you off
good.
here, but there's a great thing about Panama City Beach is that there were so many players, but the Hertz didn't show up, right?
Yeah.
So Phil, when he's picking and stuff, he can't have his go-tos all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe we jumped ahead on a little bit on points just this week. I don't know yet.
We'll see.
We're gonna have to look at
We'll
it,
see.
but I think we did.
I think we didn't do well in singles, which is a first, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right, you ready?
So first place gets 10 points, guys. Second place 9 points. Third place 8. Fourth place 7. After that, the players begin to tie in their brackets, so the points echelon down by 2. 5 for 5th, 3 for 7th, 1 for 9th. No participation trophies in CBC. You got to take a top 10 if you want to earn any points here on Family Picks. That's the rundown, folks. Let's get into it.
All right, here we go.
Women's, Bill. And women's was a gauntlet and had a new winner, new purple jersey, unsuspected person, Miss Emma Jernigan.
Emma Jernigan.
And
she's on the radar now.
On the radar.
On the radar.
Absolutely. Second place, Amber Fretwell. Let's go, Amber. Let's go. Third place, Kelsey Highturk. Fourth place, Martina Belt. Surprised none of us picked Martina.
And that is
Great
a big
finish
surprise
there.
to hit fourth because she's usually battling in the queen. She's
She
usually
really
in
is.
the queen seat and then gets double dipped.
Fifth place, Blake Miller, new name-ish right there. And Paula Stevens, man. Paula Stevens, an OG of the ACO. Creates the jerseys for the ACO. Takes fifth place, man. And she threw absolute gas. Absolute gas.
Yeah, Paula just sent us a couple more broadcasting jerseys that we got, right?
Yep, she did.
You guys, they're beautiful jerseys.
Really are,
Absolutely
Season
love her
19 on them. They are fantastic. Bill, I just want to look something up really quick here. Emma Jernigan's PPR, Bill, 7.67 and wins the major.
And DPR was?
0.68.
I didn't get to watch any of women's live stream.
We didn't watch really any of it at all. There was no broadcast.
Can anybody
team
that was
there
there confirm what type of bags did she throw? Did she
I
throw
know that
carpets,
she's throwing
a little
carpet.
bit slower?
I talked to Kelsey. Kelsey said she was hitting every roll bag against her.
So that tells the story, though.
Right. So she's putting down blocks. She's willing to get dirty and then hitting the roll bags for points, and maybe the other opponents are missing their air mails, you know what I mean, or something like that, knocking her in, going off.
For me.
Yeah, I mean, 7.67 is about where you live.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, now with carpets, 7.67. When I switch from fastbags to carpets, man, my PPR dipped to like the 5s.
Yeah. Killer Bee slips. I don't know anything about a Killer Bee slip.
Yeah, I don't know what those are either. I'd have to check them out.
I would guess a Viking carpet or a Pro Advantage carpet type situation. Dead reckon, you know.
Maybe Emma and I team up for co-ed next time, you know.
Yep, hit her up, Bill. What up, David Penny Jones? All right, folks, let's move into seniors. And I think seniors went the way that Phil and I predicted it. Let me make sure. Yes, sir. Johnny Thomas takes it down.
Okay.
Second place, Scott Beck. Third place, the Mississippi Ninja himself.
Let's go.
Fourth place, Daryl Macon, Alabama legend right there. Fifth place, Mick and Gary Ferguson. There you go, Bill. There you go. Bill was waiting for it. He's like, gosh, dang it.
I'm already way down on points this week. I mean, I just lost points. 5 there. But here I think I'm going to pick up at least a ton of points.
Congratulations to those old folks. All right, folks, we're going to need a little bit of help here. Bill and I believe
No, we don't need any help here.
All right. So, Caleb Rogers won. Go ahead, plug it in, Bill.
Okay. I got a first place.
Mason Higgins, 5th. Plug it in, Bill.
Picked up 5 points
Guys,
on Phil.
Riley Brewster didn't show up in time to play juniors. This is my pick. We had to decide what we do. Last year, I believe the whole division became null and void, But with us trying to defeat Phil as best as we possibly can, we need Bill to pick up these points whenever he possibly can. So I think what we decided...
Maybe I'll push you my pick, you push me your pick.
No,
and you're
that's not
closer
fair.
to beating Phil.
No, that's not fair, though.
Okay.
I think since we want to give me 4 points is what we wanted to do. But we can't do that because we don't have an option to give 4 points. But I think what we can do is we either tie Phil or put me 1 place below Phil. Okay.
You're tying Phil.
I tie Phil because my player didn't show up. Yeah. Riley Brewster, we think, would obviously take a top 5. We don't know that for sure. You know what I mean? But that's what we're going with here, folks. And that's really it. Second place, Preston Hollis. I'm getting to it.
Yeah, you mentioned the Preston.
Yeah,
Yep, you did.
Second place, Preston Hollis. Absolutely great showing. Third place, Jace Thompson, who was throwing our CBC Impacts. Didn't get a picture, but first weekend he was throwing Parker Burgett, actually, his Impacts. Took a 3rd place in the juniors. Parker himself takes 4th place. So, great show. Mason Higgins, Sean Colvin, tie for 5th. So, it was a stacked juniors bracket with or without Riley Brewster. Riley Brewster would have just added more heat to the fire in there, Bill.
And again,
absolutely stacked.
I didn't see it streamed, and
that's your favorite division.
It kills me. Yeah. That's my favorite division right there. That I love to watch women's too, but juniors is what I want to watch. It's what I want to commentate. Usually very exciting. I love the up and comers. I love being able to scout the talent coming up and stuff like that. And it just stinks, man. I didn't get to see any of this stuff live streamed. I was ready on Friday.
Yeah, I was ready to not work at all.
But yeah, it never happened. So I was watching Scoreholio the entire time rather than a broadcaster or working. So
yes, sir. Moving into co-ed. Co-ed, everybody had a pretty good showing here. Chase and Megan take a 5th place, Bill.
Okay, we'll take it.
Shane and Amber take a 3rd place.
I know what you already got.
Zach and Martina take it down, folks. Let's go. Hey, and those are our people right there. They were throwing CBC carbons. Another one we didn't get on the stream. Had a picture, but we made a post about it on the page. So we didn't want to overkill. You know what I mean? But Martina and Zach match up for the first time in probably half a year or so.
It's a long time. Zach moved
Worlds.
away. Yeah, Zach moved to Alabama, and him and Martina, I mean, they won how many majors last year? 4 or 5?
I think 5 or 6.
Yeah. They won a bunch last year. So
and they
this is their first time this year joining back up, and they take 1st place.
And 2nd place, Bill, a name we are going to have to start putting in here. Emma Jernigan, Caleb Rogers takes 2nd place. Emma really had a great day on Friday.
I like that matchup now that people are telling me about it. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Caleb likes a sticky bag, a Viking style bag, if I remember correctly, is something he threw when he was able to throw whatever he wanted. So I'm assuming Emma throws something very similar. I'd love to see her throw. I don't know. There aren't a lot of female players that throw a carpet bag. The only one, obviously, in our mind, Maddie McBride. But she is no longer playing in the ACO, so I would like to see somebody with that style of play shake up the women's division a little bit, just like we saw this weekend with an unsuspecting Emma Jernigan taking down a stacked field of women.
Yeah, I'm gonna start training my wife.
No, I don't think she does.
Nah, she is. She
Lisa Hill, Nick Sample take 4th. Daryl Macon and Kelsey Heiter tie for 5th. So then that was a made-up Alabama team right there, off the rip. And that rounds out our top 5 for co-ed, folks. Going into doubles is where I really crapped the bed, folks. This didn't work well for me. Chase and Dougie Fresh did not have the best showing. I believe it's a 13th, Bill, but let me get it for you for sure.
Okay. Let's do a little topper here, folks.
17th.
Okay.
17th. Yikes, folks. And this is where all these points that I have on Phil right now, which is not a lot. 6 points. I'm losing all of them.
Yeah, you're losing all of them on this
plus
division.
some. Yeah.
I think you're going to be getting some here soon, though. So you said 17th, huh?
Yep.
Yikes.
Zach and Sebastian, Bill, 5th place. Great showing for our
solid.
boys.
Absolutely solid.
They had a rough go in that 5th place match that they should have won. They feel bad about it, but we're proud of all of our guys regardless, man. They threw really well. First time since Iowa teaming up together. They switched bags a couple times. They said the board speeds were changing a little bit. But they took a very respectable 5th place here.
So what about wasn't there like a Thursday night story about these guys? right? Didn't they both throw individually, maybe in the blind draw, and we were watching their PPRs? And they were
No,
throwing
in
like
the pool play.
11s or,
in the pool play, they were
for
both
doubles,
throwing like
yeah.
over 10-5. I mean, they only played 2 games, but I
Yeah.
mean, they were waxing.
Yeah, but still,
people.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Waxing them. Caleb Rogers, Riley Brewster, the kids, the juniors, worlds, doubles, champions, show up and show out. They take it down.
Good pick, Phil.
Yep. Second place, Shane Fretwell and Jed Thomas, which I really like that team, and it was a team that I almost picked. I mean, I really like that team. I like Jed. I like Shane. I think they're both playing really well. Third place, couple of Matts. Matt Arseneau, Matt Ledbetter. A couple of local Alabama dudes. Don't play a lot of ACO big stuff. Really had a great weekend there in doubles. Matt Davis and Pedro Martinez. We watched them play on Matt Davis's live feed. I think I tagged you in it. And they threw well. Very fast bags, especially Pedro throwing the fast side that had to be an 8 or a 9. And he's just slinkying them into the hole, man.
Yeah.
And they played really well.
I talked to Zach Rush before that tournament, and he was telling me, he's like, hey, man, there's going to be people here that nobody knows, and they're going to afraid they all have chances to take it down. And he talked about Arseneau.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And Arseneau, I mean, he took out some monsters.
Absolutely. And Kelsey Heitert and Jace Thompson. So another Alabama team teaming up abnormally, tied for 5th place as well. So really a shooken up doubles. I mean, not a lot of teams that you know a lot about, not a lot of matchups that are, year-long matchups doing really well. I like to see that stuff. I think it makes picks more exciting, right?
Oh, I love it.
When we're just able to go in here.
Yeah.
I mean, is it fun when we all take first, second, third? Sure, it's fun. But it's also fun when all of us don't do well, which we're about to see here in the singles division.
Well, I think I did okay.
I think you did okay, but I mean nothing like what we're used to.
Right.
All right, let's look at the B bracket, folks. So for singles, guys, you either get points for A or for B, like both the same way, right? They're not like, oh, if you took a 5th in B, that equals a 9th overall. No. If you took 5th in your bracket, 5th place points here on CBC Family Picks. So
also, let's talk about bracket B for a minute.
Was it bracket B?
I believe it was bracket B.
Yeah. Yep. This is where all of our boys are at. Bracket B.
There were
folks.
some heavy hitters in bracket A. There were some heavy hitters in bracket A.
Mm-hmm.
But bracket B, it just looked like once those brackets loaded and we looked at them, it was just like, I'd love to be in bracket A right now.
Yeah.
There is no way I'd want to be in B.
And
although there were good people in A, B was just, I mean, dude, it was
a few
crazy.
stats about
Crazy.
bracket B, folks. Every single CBC player was in bracket B.
Yep.
Every single one of our picks here on Family Picks, bracket B.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
And if we're picking them prior to the tournament and they all
Right.
get shoved in one bracket, that's what we're talking about on how stacked it was.
yeah, it was insane. Johnny Thomas was the 1 seed. Johnny Thomas takes it down. I am not surprised at all. Johnny Thomas ended up taking 2nd place in the tournament overall, losing to Caleb Rogers, who won bracket A and then beat Johnny Thomas. 2nd place, Chris Franklin, an Alabama guy that threw
That's one of them that Rush was talking about too. Yep.
Yeah, absolute gas.
Yep, fast bags.
3rd
right?
place, Shane Fretwell. 4th place, Matt Arseneau. 5th place, Sebastian Barger, Bryce King. 7th place, James Hill, Daryl Macon. 9th place, Zach Rush.
I thought I did better than that.
Telling you, tied for 13th, a couple of notables. Kelsey Heitert, Chase Puckett. Tied for 17th, a few notables. Jed Thomas, Zach Mitchell, Martina, Scott Beck.
Jed Thomas was what?
17th. Some notables tied for 25th. Kenny Bolton, Jamie Gerhardt, Dalton Sheehy, our boy Dalton Sheehy. 33rd place, Douglas Parker, David Sanchez, Luke Ferguson, Dylan Jackson, Miles McClendon, Brantley McClendon. I mean, this thing was absolutely
It was crazy.
loaded down, folks.
Bracket, yeah.
We got
it was a
1
little
point
nuts.
out of the whole singles.
Yeah, I
One
know.
frickin' point, Bill.
And I took it.
You did.
And I thought my pick may have been a little loose. You know what I mean?
You did, Bill.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's crazy.
Jerry Stallion's Bill did not make the main bracket, so your passion pick, whatever number you want. Jarrett Barks took, I had him up here. He didn't score any points. He must have been an A bracket because I don't have him right here. Let me find him. Daryl Macon took 7th.
Let's go, dude.
Give me some
Congrats,
points.
man. Congrats. That's
Jared
you need
Bakes took
those.
17th in the A bracket.
So, okay.
For the A bracket, folks, to give these people credit, 1st place, Caleb Rogers. 2nd place, Gary Ferguson. 3rd place, David Stokes. 4th place, Jarrett Scott. 5th place, Pedro Martinez, Chris Seaton.
These are the points.
Oh, man. We're
today.
still so far behind Phil.
If we added in South Dakota and other ones, I think we're a lot closer to Phil. We're not beating Phil yet. So, This is tough. Dylan is closer to Phil. I may be giving him, pushing him my picks and stuff like that.
No, can't do it.
Okay.
I can't win that way, Bill. You know how I am.
All right. Well, that's what we got for family picks. Let's. You want to switch over to?
Let me see if I have anything we can talk about here.
Oh, well, I got a good one here. We're gonna switch over to the feud, folks.
Let's go. Get ready for family feud,
right
folks.
Back. Okay.
Yo, we're back.
That was quick. I love these little transitions.
Yeah.
And our graphics guy whose birthday it was last week, and your birthday tomorrow. Everybody, please be watching out for that post. We're going to be posting about Dylan tomorrow, or Mario, or whatever you want to call him.
I'm getting old.
I don't even know what I'm going to post. Maybe I'll stay up a little bit late tonight, type it in Word and stuff like that, and make sure it's a nice piece that we put up.
I don't even know if I'll get sleep knowing you're doing that.
Maybe it'll just be happy birthday, old man.
Excited.
Can I call you an old man?
No, I'm not even 30 yet.
Damn. What are you going to be?
29.
29.
Last good year.
I don't even know what to say about you. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Keep it simple.
Okay.
Thanks, Hop. Thanks, brother.
This is my topic.
All right, Bill's got a topic, folks. Let's go. Family
Cheers
feud. Let's go.
first.
Hey, get the share, folks. Share this, like it. We want people in here. We want people talking about this stuff, even if they don't like us. Come at us with some nonsense. We're ready. We'll be.
I'm ready.
We'll be ready. You know what I mean?
We need Bob Heil in here for this one too.
We need Bob. We need Jack. We need Todd Gammon.
Todd. I was about to say, dude. Todd is the most controversial person in cornhole.
I love Todd to death, dude. I love. Oh, Dustin said happy birthday, kid. See what I mean? That's the kind of respect I'm getting out here.
Don't be saying that, Dustin. Don't be saying that.
No, don't be giving him the angry face.
Give him a little. I won't give him anything.
All right, Bill. I want to hear your topic.
Okay, we need Todd Gammon in here. Somebody message him, tell him to get in here.
Somebody call Todd.
Controversial topic. It's not too crazy. I believe, and this is my stance on it, carpet bags are taking over freaking cornhole. You fast bag players, you're gonna be a thing of the past here soon. That's my stance on it.
I mean, obviously, I don't agree with that. We're watching people win with fast bags all over the cornhole world. I mean, we can talk about Caleb Rogers winning. Johnny Thomas throws what I would say is a faster bag. I'd say
It's a carpet bag.
No, hybrid carpet does not count. We could have another argument here, folks. Hybrid carpet. When we talk about carpet bags are taking over, what you mean, Bill? Don't act like you don't mean this. Is the block, roll, cut game? You know what I mean? Where you have a bag that's slow enough. A hybrid carpet it plays faster than a surge slow side.
It does.
A surefire slow side.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it moves very easily. It does not roll like what you're saying. There is a difference. All right, folks. If we want to make a controversial topic, there is a difference between
I got him fired up. Let's go.
True carpets.
I got him fired up already.
True carpets and things like herringbone and like hybrid carpet. This stuff plays completely different than something that is a Pro Advantage carpet or a Viking carpet, which we know when you say, I'm a carpet bag thrower, nobody goes, oh, you must throw Viper R's. Tell me one person who would say that. Nobody would say that, dude, because they know.
In blind draws, people will say, oh, I'm good with carpets. What do you got, a Viper R? That's what they would say.
Never. Maybe new people. But anybody who's been in the sport longer than a year, because hybrid carpet's been around about roughly a year, right? Really popular within the last year. If you've been in cornhole longer than that, if somebody says, can you throw a carpet bag is Pro Advantage slow side or Viking slow side. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is a true carpet. It is not a good time. You know what I mean? It is not something that that players are like, oh yeah, sure, I got a wonky bag, I could throw some carpet. Todd Gammon, we're in here for family picks. We need your opinion. Bill says slow bags, true carpet bags are going to take over the game.
Yep.
And that fast bag players are like yourself, Todd, are going to become obsolete to the sport. Thank you, Chucky, for tagging him.
I know.
Appreciate
we love
it,
Todd,
brother.
man. Todd is the...
Dude, fast bags are not going anywhere. Gary Bearpaw finished tied for first in the world last year. he throws a fast bag. Chase Puckett throws a fast bag. Folks, Mark Richards throws a pro sniper, Bill. That's a 6'9" bag. That's a fast bag. Mark Richards is the best player in the ACL. Tony Smith is now throwing a pro sniper bag. But you might argue he's playing it like a carpet bag, right?
He is.
But is it not a fast bag?
No, it's not a fast bag.
So maybe you should rephrase your stance here and say that running bags going hole for hole game is obsolete.
Look,
like running hole for hole maybe is becoming harder to do in today's day and age.
Why are you giving me? Are you gonna let me talk?
Well, you've been over here surfing the web.
No, I'm trying to pull up top 10 people in.
You're struggling.
Number 1 in the ACL. Let's look at it real quick.
All right, we'll take a look at it, folks. Bush's Beans, number 1.
Yeah. We're trying to look up stuff, so I have a little bit of evidence on my side. And Dylan is correct when we're talking about carpet bags or
Jamie
fast bags.
Graham.
It should be slower bags against faster bags. Is what it should be. And it should be a type of
Since you're pulling
game.
up ACL, I'm just naming people while you talk.
It should be a type of game play, right? And that play is block and roll. It's always better on the first bag, and you see it numerous times, and carpet bags help this out, but you see it numerous times where the perfect bag is right in front of the hole, level 1 block.
Sure, but if a good fast bag player is so good at moving through it that those blocks become obsolete, and then when the player throwing the blocks misses a block, it becomes a bumper, and it's almost automatic points now for the fast bag player.
It is.
This is the downside of being that player who wants to throw the slow bags, and I mean, I'm borderline one of them. You know, I like something with a 5 fast side, folks. I think a 5 is a medium
5
bag.
5 fast side.
5 slow side. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A 5 slow side. I'm telling you right now, that's what I prefer. I throw kind of low and kind of hard. I like to cut a little bit. I try to roll, folks. It's not good.
No, it's not. It's not. It's getting there. We're gonna get them.
What Bill's
the funny
talking
thing
about,
is when I talk to Dylan about rolling,
What up,
because
Nigel?
I am the oldest person that rolls bags. When I try to talk to him about it, he's like, "No, I don't want your advice. I'm gonna learn it myself." And he just like, I could put him ahead 2 months from where he is today.
Yeah, but for
just with a
rolling,
2-second
folks,
conversation.
When I was running bags, at one point, I was pretty good.
This is why he's not humble on that. He is very good throwing fast bags.
Well, I never threw fast bags. I've
I
always
know,
done
whatever
something with a 4-5-ish slow side, but not a carpet slow side.
I can't pull it up right. I don't know why
Yeah, I
this
don't know what
thing
you got
is
going
like
on
loading
over
here.
there.
But if you look at the very, very top, sure, there are players that throw faster bags. The style of game, if you wanted to go back to that. Look, I don't consider blocking with a Valor, right, the style of game that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because it's very rare that you do that. Now, cutting a Valor, there's one person I know that can do that, maybe 2.
Chittenden.
Yeah, Chittenden
TJ
and
Miller.
that exactly. Those are the absolute 2. Those are the 2 that I'm talking about.
Let's go, folks.
Chittenden being probably the absolute best at it.
Yeah.
Right. I think Hoppy wrote earlier, why can't you just cut fast bags? That's why.
Very hard to do.
It's fast bags, when you throw them, if you don't have a perfectly flat bag, they are super forgiving and they will still go up the middle, right? And that's the thing. That's why it's so hard to cut those. Chittenden is somebody that can do it. His nickname is Buzzsaw. And he throws the bag completely nose down, and it spins like a freaking saw to try to turn a little bit and go in. And there's not that much of a cut on something like that. Yeah. I think that you're not missing a tool, but you're losing something that you could have, in a safer bag than an airmail. And that's my opinion with that. It's an opinion that's, I mean, if we looked at the top 20 and I'm just going to say the ACL right now, right? If we looked at the top 20 in the ACL, I bet you most of them are, and I'm trying to pull it up, but it won't come up.
Yeah.
But I bet you most of them are slower bag players, or they are players that play block.
Yeah,
they have rolls. They have insane cuts.
But you're arguing slow bags. I mean, so a lot of the top players you're talking about,
carpets are traditionally slow.
JBJ, Gavin Cano.
Name me a 9-speed carpet. Name me a 9-speed carpet.
Well, there isn't a 9-speed carpet. But you could make a hybrid carpet or a herringbone carpet with the right fill and the right matchup play like a 6 easily.
Wait, say that again?
You can make a herringbone carpet or a hybrid carpet with the right fill combo and the
could
right
make
fast
that.
side matchup play like a 6.
You could,
Easily.
yeah.
And a 6 fast side is a fast bag. It's over
It is
5,
a fast
which
bag.
puts it on the fast side of
Right.
the round.
5 is on that line, right? It's on the line
5 is
between
medium.
what is it?
5
is it a fast
medium.
bag or is
and that's
it a
where
slow
you're
bag?
gonna, if you're gonna bring up these ACL standings, we're gonna see a lot of players here, folks, that throw wizards. Wizards is a
can't.
5 slow side.
No,
So
no,
it is.
don't even say
it
that.
can
Don't
play
even say that.
4 to 6, which makes it a 5.
I think it
Depending
can
on
play
how you
3 to
take care
6.
of it, maybe your bags maybe.
Yeah, and it's, what is it, material?
Herringbone carpet.
Okay.
With a roll fill. I mean, it's you have to do very special things to make this bag be slow.
So
You know,
I want to talk about this just for a second. The herring.
Todd, don't lay low though, just real quick.
Yeah,
Todd,
Todd, don't be laying low. I don't know what you're talking about.
Voice
Go
your
fast bags.
opinion
No,
all
it
the
ain't all
time.
about the fast bags. Todd,
After
it's
this,
not.
Zach Rush wants to talk about why there isn't a live feud at every tournament. We can dip into that.
I would like to.
Yeah,
I would like
we can
to
dip
get
into that.
Yeah, I would. I just want to say this herringbone carpet, why it's so popular is because if you throw it outside on concrete, you can get this thing down. It starts out at about a 5-speed.
Yeah.
Right, but you can get it down to a 3-speed if you want. If it's getting too slow for you and you take a small like fabric razor or something like that and you just shave the back a little bit, you could get it all the way up to a 6 if you
Right.
really wanted.
Or if as soon as you get them, you condition them, right? Use a conditioner or a bag with a flat disc fill mix and a 9 or an 8 fast side. It'll play like a 6 most of the time if you keep it clean. I mean, the herringbone
you can find
carpet.
what speed you
Yeah,
the herringbone
yeah.
carpet. I mean, it's
versatile.
It is.
However you want to play. There's people that say the colors play different speeds. This hasn't been tested. Has not been tested.
No,
through
we haven't
CBC's
tested it.
scientific lab. You know.
Oh, people ain't gonna chuck that slow carpet.
Oh,
yeah,
and here's my argument though. I forgot.
It works.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to argue. Is there a possibility that we see an effect on these young players' shoulders and arms from throwing so much of this carpet style where they have to throw the bag so much harder than, let's say, a T-Bone Dawson, you know what I mean, a Bob Vaunch, a Damon Dennis, you know what I mean, a Gary Bearpaw, who's putting so much less effort into their throw per bag? Is there cornhole so new? Do we think there's a possibility of a long-term effect of because when you guys come out with a roll bag, right, you're twisting across here, right? It's almost like a reverse.
You don't have to do all that. You just have to come
You gotta
out.
do some stuff, folks.
You know. So wait. I like Aaron Ritchie's comment here. Tony Smith, Alex Ross, Trey Birchfield, cutting, rolling with pro snipers, and I know
So are
they
they fast bag players or not?
That is a faster bag, and I know they are doing that, right? But Tony Smith cannot cut like he used to. And I'm not saying it's a carpet bag. It wasn't a carpet bag. It was a surefire material on that side. Is what he was throwing with his big toe
from combat.
Right?
Yeah.
But that is a slower, especially in humidity, and a bag that you can play that specific game with, which you used to play against me a year ago.
Right. And I could cut. I mean, I could cut the crap out of those bags.
Yeah, but your
you
blocks
know?
were insane with those. Too.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, but I would call. The surefire slow side is right where you hit the middle of the road, right? In perfect board conditions, right? It plays exactly like a 5. It is not slow bag, not fast bag, right? It can do all the things of both of those bags if you know how to do it. On fast boards, it'll play like a 6, you know?
Oh, man, this is why Todd's here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yes. Yeah, there he is.
I love
Let's
Todd.
go.
The most controversial man
In cornhole. Yeah.
Right there,
Let's
Todd
go.
Gammon. I love it.
Todd says, folks, if you're just listening for some reason or can't see the comments, Todd said one question. What is the earliest start time to have a regional Monday through Friday? We would
hold on for a minute because I want to put the thing.
Bill's been looking for stats for 20 minutes.
It's not coming up, but the style of game that I like compared to the style of game that he likes, I believe that super hard cuts, flop shots, rolls.
Yeah.
I believe it's going to be something that people are going to have. Cornhole is scratching the surface on talent that it has right now, and new players.
You need some?
Coming up, and yeah, sure, just a little bit. New players coming up and learning these shots super early and being comfortable with them, I believe are going to have a pretty big freaking advantage over players that run it down the middle. Now, that's not to say, though, and trust me, I got nothing but love for people that throw fast bags and run them down the freaking middle.
Oh, I
because
can't
they
stand them.
are
I can't
the
stand
most
them.
consistent people on any board conditions that you can find.
I'm telling you right now, I am the most annoyed by a fast bag player with an ugly looking release and an ugly looking bag flight, but they will run bags on my ass all day. I am the most annoyed cornhole player playing against somebody like that. You know what I mean? It's like why is this person good at cornhole?
For a flat bag and they go down the middle, and then somebody that throws crazy nose down, looks like on any sticky board, it would just flop over and tumble off the bat. Any stage, but you're playing that day, you're playing super fast boards where you're struggling a little bit, and they just love it. They're just lofting
it's doing
bags
3
right
circles
down the
around the hole going in. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Oh man. Jack and Todd are getting fired up. All right.
Okay, let's talk about Zach Rush's first.
There is not going to be an argument settler on which bags are better. We're going to have to see what happens. We like that there is so much diversity in the game. It does seem like on both sides or any division or league or organization that we're talking about, that the game is changing into more flashy shots. And I would say that is only because there are younger people coming into the sport and they will gravitate towards a flashy shot 10 times out of 10, Bill.
Folks,
a
this
younger...
This is wrong. They started out as flashy shots. The roll bag, the cut bag, they started... Now it's just the game. That's not a flashy shot anymore. A penguin today is a flashy shot. Maybe someday a penguin is part of the game. We have no idea how that's going to progress, but we do know that the game is evolving, and that's why I believe it is moving in this direction. They're not flashy shots anymore. Still to maybe local and this and that, there's not many people that can roll here and stuff like that. Maybe it seems to be a flashy shot, but if you're in the top of the top and you don't have that shot, and you're making it, you're playing on board conditions that are perfect. You're playing bags that are perfect for you. And that's my opinion on it.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I love the topic.
Yeah.
All right. So Zach Rush's controversial topic he put in the comments, and Todd, we will get to yours as well. So just stay.
Oh, we gotta hurry. We gotta hurry up here.
Oh no, that's off, Bill. It started early.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. My bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zach Rush asked, why is every tournament I'm in the ACO is what he's referring to, not live streamed? I mean, maybe we go with any tournament, TCL, ACL, MCL, I don't care, whatever it is. Why is it not live streamed? How do we make that happen? I don't think he asked that, but how do we make it happen? We have to show interest in every single tournament, folks. We have to, as much as people say the tournament fees are expensive or this and that, the money we put into Cornhole is what we get out of Cornhole. Why do you think the ACL, who makes the most money, I mean, that's no secret to anybody, has a live feed at every tournament? Because they have the revenue to be able to pay somebody to go out there and do it. You know what I mean? Bill and I, when we go do something like that, or CBC in general, I'll say, we hope to break even on our travels and our stay if we broadcast a tournament, folks. We hope, and we don't ever. We have not yet broken even on a major if you include which drinking you could say doesn't count because we don't have to drink.
We got to drink anyway, right?
But eating our meals, the fuel it takes, and the hours we work, which if we worked for $10 an hour, folks, we still could not break even for the amount of hours. We start at 9 a.m. whenever that pool play starts.
Well, we really start the day prior when we have a layout, with all of our equipment, making sure that our software is good, making sure we have it's a big deal to be able to bring all the equipment.
What does it take, Bill? It takes everybody pouring support and sharing the sport to people. Growing the sport, folks, is what improves the sport. On every single level that we've ever talked about anything, growing the sport as an individual, right, and then pushing that out to other people is exactly what gives the entire sport money to do things where you want to see a live feed every single tournament.
I would say one of the biggest things is, number one, you have to have a pretty decent sized viewership, but that's going to turn into sponsorships, not only for the specific broadcast, but for the ACO also. And once you get those sponsorships and stuff like that,
Yep, Chucky. Just said
what
it.
if we look at streaming? That's exactly right, Chucky. Yeah, I mean that's how we have a broadcast at every single major that there is, because those are people that are going to be able to benefit off of those streams that happen. Right now, Frank, running the ACO, having a broadcast at some of these places, it's probably a net negative for him. Although we all love to watch it, we all sit there, we absolutely love it.
Yeah.
But net saying, hey, how much does it cost to bring these guys here to be able to stream, and what benefit does he get from that? And that's a net negative. Is never a good business decision, and I think anybody in here would agree with that. While it would be wonderful for all of us to be able to sit there and watch these things, and on Friday and Saturday and stuff like that. The viewership bringing that as high as possible, the interaction bringing that, will pull in more people to be able to watch it.
Right.
And once you have more people and you start getting those sponsors, well, now without a broadcast, you don't have those sponsors anymore.
Yeah.
And that's where it is absolutely locked in for every major that we have. It's if we can get that going. So.
And something that I want to add that we can do on a low level as Cornhole supporters, folks, is if you are enjoying a live feed for an entire day, there's an option on YouTube to send a super chat, which sends money of your own. I mean, and this is a big ask, right? People think this is a big ask, but you could send $1 every time you watch a stream. Think about streaming Netflix. You pay $16 a month, 50 cents a day or something like that, right? But you send stars on Facebook. So if you are enjoying something that somebody is doing, sending stars promotes what they have going on and helps support what they're doing and shows your support for it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's happening enough. Think about Bill, when we had 800 viewers at Worlds, right? If we got $1 from every person, $800 pays for what we did.
Pays for the broadcast, 100%.
Pays for what we did, because we lost close to $800 in the entire weekend. Like I said, if you include the labor where we don't pay ourselves, folks. You guys should be aware of this if you don't know.
No,
but
we don't.
Everything
we don't
goes back into this and CBC. So $800, $1 from each viewer literally would have paid for us to do that. You know what I mean? And what we would have done with the $800 is put it towards going to, we got invited to go to Buffalo, New York to stream that major. We couldn't go because we don't have the cash for that. But if we had $800, you know what I mean? Or if we had 200 viewers and $200, you know what I mean, comes in every time we go, it just helps, because what we do personally is that money from the stream or the Facebook or whatever goes right back into the company to be used for whatever it was paid for. Bag money goes towards bags. You know what I mean? Stream money would go towards the stream.
If nobody knows this, we have not taken, nobody in this company, CBC, everything has taken a cent from this company. We use everything to put back into the company to make sure we have great equipment, great graphics, great bags, literally everything that we do, we try to do. Nobody's made us. We've worked. Our year anniversary was October 13th.
Yeah, for the LLC. I mean, the first set of bags is somewhere around December. I would say. Yeah, folks. So we've been working about a year. Non-stop,
So, I don't want to get too crazy.
Let's not be weird about it.
But just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
We don't
But
take
we
anything.
have to
It's all about
support
this.
the people that support Cornhole. It is my main thing there, right? If you like what somebody is doing, everybody in Cornhole is a small business at this point. I mean, I don't care how you look at it. Everybody in this chat, most Cornhole players have their own small business or support small businesses locally. Everything in Cornhole right now is a small business.
Yeah.
So anything you can do to help any Cornhole business is helping the sport grow.
Right.
And that's the message I
That's
just
all
wanted
we're
to
trying
get
to
across with
grow the
that.
sport.
Yeah. So in wrapping up that,
and wrapping up that, look at Jack Harco, totally off subject. I was teaming up with Bear Paw for Lubbock, and they canceled it. I would have picked you guys, Jack.
Yeah.
100% would have picked you guys.
Put some Phoenixes in your hand, big dog. You would have loved them.
Yep, 100%, dude. Not knocking ACO. I love them, but can't afford to do live feeds when the majors are 20, 40 players. Yeah, We talked about at Todd. Actually, we talked about that last week on how they can increase those numbers.
Last week and the week before. I feel like.
I think. Well, I wasn't there for it, although I did chime in a bunch because I am pretty passionate about that. I know there's. I think it's called geofencing. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a way that you can target ads within a certain radius around a location and only target specific keywords. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. Cornhole within 250 miles.
Yeah, backyard sports games. I mean, lots of stuff.
I heard from the Bangor Maine tournament there was another tournament
within what, an hour?
1 hour away that had 100 teams, 100 freaking teams, 1 hour away.
Yeah.
If I've never seen an advertisement for a city, you know, we're in Clarksville now, but I've never seen these things in some of these locations to where you could be growing the sport. I mean. There was a time in my life anyway where I was a backyard freaking champion, no big deal. You know what I'm saying? We had the yearly tournament. I beat everybody thought I could be the best. I would have gone to something like that if I knew it was there.
Yeah.
I had to look around and search for a tournament. I mean, that's how nobody told me, oh, there's a tournament at the Axe. Like, I looked for these things to try to get more involved in the game. So a little bit of advertisement like that geofence. Yeah, thanks, Chucky. That could go a long freaking way for it. We got Scotty Ball saying, Todd Gammon, you can't afford to have a stream team when you have major every other weekend for 9 months out of the year also. I feel like they would be surprised. You can do it, Scotty, but you have to have sponsors. You have to have sponsors for it, which means you have to have enough people that watch it consistently and interact and are excited to be. Once you have stuff like that, you're going to get those sponsors. So you'll have some sort of analytics that you can go to a company and you could say, hey, this is what we have working for us. It's an American game. It's a wonderful game, blah, 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 this and that. And you could probably get, I don't know, Weber Grills. You could get, there's numerous companies that would love that just says, well, grilling goes with cornhole. So it's a wonderful matchup, you know? What do you got?
I got the race is over.
Oh my god!
All right, let's get into the last topic because that's over for me, guys. I was watching
I already know the topic. Yeah. You want me to bring it up?
No. Todd Gammon asked, "Is there a time, right, that you should have to start Monday through Friday, so weekday regionals before, right, like a limit or after? After, is it after or before?"
I just want to, usually when you have to figure out what the best thing is for something, or this is what I do. This is my method on something like this, is you go to the extremes, right? So the extreme on like starting a regional, let's just say it's singles, right? And we're trying to get singles points. The extreme would be, I don't know, we'll say Wednesday at 1 a.m.
Why don't we use
starting?
No, why do we? Let's be realistic about it, because.
But no, because when you have that extreme,
okay,
is that fair?
Okay. This is how no.
Okay, no, and that's why you go to the extreme. Is it fair? Is Wednesday at 10 p.m. fair?
No.
Okay. And this is where we're going to find our left and right limits on what day and what time.
Yeah, but I mean, what census do you take? Because for a third shift person, like, do we poll third shifters and second shifters? And at that limit, you know, then who runs it and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I think that the consensus would most likely be somewhere around weekdays 6 to 7 p.m. If you average,
I think everybody agrees with that consensus. But we're trying to find out, is it wrong?
Right. Is it wrong? And then if it is wrong, how do you address it? Right. I think that's where we're at with what's going on. What we're aware of, what Todd is, alluding to, is a tournament
is that
being
there may
run.
Be tournaments.
There may be, sure. I mean, I don't care. I mean, sure. Yeah.
There may be
tournaments
how
direct I am. There may be on a weekday, roughly around 1 p.m. Right, going on during a weekday.
Okay.
Singles tournaments for points. At these tournaments, there may or may not be roughly 7 to 9 people showing up to these tournaments. roughly 2 or 3 of these people may be family members. You know what I mean? So, I mean, this is something that's real, right? That Todd, from what I know, has even addressed in the CO chat. You know what I mean? Where the certified officials have their own chat or Facebook page.
Right.
And how do you address this? You know, if Todd has addressed this directly to people in authority positions, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't know how else you go about this.
Number one, you brought up a good point earlier, an argument against you, and I'm just going to bring it up again, is what if you are third shift? What if you're second shift?
I think if you can put together 7 players who work that shift, then you run the tournament.
Jack Harcrow also has a good point on if you are that second shift, weekends only. I don't like that, Jack. I don't like that at all, but weekends only. There are numerous weeks, like tonight anyway, that I'm going to have to go to my son's baseball game, which I absolutely love. I'm not saying I have to do it as in it's a bad thing,
right.
but I'm going to go there. And if there were a tournament,
yeah.
right, exactly, I would have to miss the tournament. Weekends only sounds awesome in theory, but you know, I want to be able to play during the week too.
And then you argue people that work every weekend, right? Then you have that argument, people that work every weekend. Which at the same time, though, if you have people that work every weekend, they also either have to take off time for majors or go to no majors. So
you got to take the average of everybody.
Well, and then
the
second thing, Jack, with regionals only on weekends, you're going to take numbers away from majors. If you only have regionals on weekends, people are going to start to go to 4 majors, reach a point threshold, right? Pull back for regionals, right? And then go back to majors if they can. So I don't think that weekends only is the way to make it happen. I think the sport is growing enough to where we can see weekday tournaments. Do I think, and we talked about this last week, do I think there should be a cap on how many either regionals a director can run per month or per week? Or how many a player should play in per month, per week, per year? Yes.
Or how early you should have to advertise your tournament, maybe. That's a
that's the
caveat.
thing. 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking.
I mean that's as the rule stands.
You have to advertise it like that, like it has to be done in Scorholio 2 weeks in advance, or you just have to register that with the ACO.
You have to register that with the ACO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Advertising it and registering with the ACO are 2 completely different things.
True, but that's the only obligation as of right now.
Well, right. What I'm saying is if you are going to run a tournament at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday night with 7 people in it, maybe you should have advertised that 2 weeks prior before you can actually run it.
So, but the consensus of people that are against what I say, what is believed is they are running these tournaments at these times with ill intentions of low amounts of people, just 7 showing up, to get the points.
Right, those ill intentions, I think we can all agree on, everybody in the chat and us, are wrong because they're ill intentions trying to pick up
morally and ethically
easier points.
In the world of cornhole.
And that goes to this comment that with Chad Jackson. What up, Chad? Good to see you, man. This is perfect comment for it. We're having a hard time getting 10 people to show up at 7 p.m. So if they can't get enough to play at any time, I think it should be okay personally. The difference is, Chad, is running a tournament at 7 p.m. Nobody believes that there's any sort of ill intent. If you have a hard time getting 10 people to that, that's the complete difference. But if you have a tournament on Wednesday at 2 a.m. and half the people are like, well, my daughter and my son's playing and this person's playing, you know what I mean? And it's just like, well, those are the 7 people.
Right.
It seems a little fishy.
I mean, as the sport grows, do you think the betting system of the COs is the problem? I mean, I don't know. Do you think that as whoever manages the entire CO in every tournament, right? They get all the points. How much of a fine comb is that one person, if it's one person, is able to do through, I mean, probably dozens to hundreds of tournaments per week, right? Looking at names, checking emails, right? If it's wrong, sending it back to the CO. And now what we're asking them to do is ensure that half of these players weren't family members, and that half of them had an ACO membership, and that X, and what time did it happen. So now we are asking more of this person. And so this is where I'm at with it, just helping on the other side, playing devil's advocate, where how do you manage stopping it, right? Does it mean that somebody needs to go, hey, this tournament, this time happened, at this date, this who was there, and this is what happened, right? This is what I believe. And then an investigation incurs? What do you think?
Well, number one, when the ACO designates a CO, there's a higher responsibility of that person. That person is a representative of the ACO to be able to do stuff, so you think you would vet people that have not ill intentions, but decent morals and values, right? To be able to do something like that.
Okay, real quick. That, this person could bring you $35 a week minimum.
Right.
Throughout a season.
That's where standards are. You have to have some sort of standards. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I can't.
Is the world not driven by money though?
But that
is that another argument?
You can't. No, I don't know. Let's think. You and I have worked for free for a year.
Yeah. Well, but maybe we're just different. maybe we're stupid.
So while it may be, there are still people out there that are entitled and should be able to hold that type of responsibility to be able to have those. Now, does that mean that the ACO doesn't do spot checks? I don't know. Have they ever threatened a spot check on anybody? Anybody? We probably have 5 COs in here. Can anybody tell me, have they ever said anything? I
used to be one, and I can say no as one.
Right. You pretty much, you have a different address than a different tournament that was played. You type that in, and you can play.
Yeah.
Right. $35 done.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, folks. We don't know how to fix it.
Yeah. Well, there are some sort of controls.
There's an integrity issue. If you're a CO, have integrity. I mean, that's the best we can say. If your players want to get more points, they might need to travel. It is what it is. Yeah. I mean, we are in a saturated area. We understand the struggle for points. We completely understand it. We don't understand an area that has nobody show up. So that is something where we have about no knowledge of where you struggle to get the 7 to 10. You know, I don't know anything about that. It's very easy for us to put 20 in a building on any given night, but we've never run a tournament before 7 p.m. either. We never have.
Right.
So, or on a holiday, maybe.
Dude, Chad had another good. Chad has good points here, so I want to bring him up here. He said ACO also runs majors Fridays as they start at 9 a.m. The tournament you were talking about is running on a Friday and a weekend, so no major is scheduled. So I don't think that time.
Time slot for Friday is ill intent. Maybe not.
A major and a regional, I would say there's a pretty big difference between those two. On a major, everybody knows that they got to hit at least 4 a year, and everybody knows what's involved. It's a travel on Thursday, usually a travel on Thursday.
What he's saying is that he's done the research. He is assuming we're talking about one certain regional. And then they avoid major weekends. And so he thinks that it's not ill intent because they're doing it at 1 p.m. on a Friday that does not have a major so maybe not.
Okay.
All right. Which I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I mean, sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I thought he was arguing kind of in a different way to where it's like, well, the ACO starts on Friday at 9 a.m., so regionals starting at Friday on whatever time are fine.
That's not what he was saying.
I think there's a pretty massive difference between major and regional because, I mean, everybody knows you ride in your freaking car on Thursday, you got to get to that major, you know what I mean? So... Yeah. Hats off to COs. Our hats are off to COs too, putting up with constant complaining.
For little 100%. Money. I mean, I saw a thing 100%. The other day, which we got to get going, guys.
Tory Bennett, let's go.
Yeah, we got to get going.
All right, yeah, we got to get out of here.
We will talk soon, folks. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate everybody tuning in here. Please share it, like it. Hey, continue to grow Cornhole. That is our main thing. You grow Cornhole. Everything you guys complain about, if you grow Cornhole, it will help alleviate 100%. Everything that you complain about. I mean, this is... I will
and COs,
try to say this every day.
You are the front freaking line.
If you're mad there's no tournament in your area, you're up, buddy. Time to be a CO. You know, I mean, this is this is stuff that I will hammer away at week after week. If you have complaints, 1, you better be growing the sport. 2, you better be growing your local area. You know what I mean? That needs to happen if you're going to sit here and go this and this and this. If you're doing that, I'm okay with you having complaints.
Tag me next week. I'll help out. Todd, we'll see you freaking next week.
Thanks, Jack. Hey, thanks, everybody. This is CBC.
Cheers, folks.
Out.